The setting, Puritan, New England, late 1600s. It is a community on edge. There is political instability and recent smallpox outbreaks. Everyone is suspicious of everyone else, and there is unease in the village.
They are processed by evil spirits. There is witchcraft in the village.
Mary Sibley instructs enslaved Tupperba to bake witch cake, using the girl's urine to reveal the witch. A dog eats it as villagers look on in horror. The teenage girls accuse the women of being witches. The judges look upon the evidence and find them guilty. Mixing land disputes, political instability, and recent smallpox outbreaks and problems with Native Americans mixed in with a wicked tribal religious mentality that saw every problem happening to them as the work of the devil and not accept responsibility for their own mistakes and actions. This conspiracy theory of witches gains hold in the community.
Under pressure, Tituba confesses to witchcraft and claims there are more witches in Salem. Her vivid made-up tales of the devil feeding heightened their suspicion. In a dimly lit 17th-century New England courtroom, a growing sense of unease settles over the stern faces of Ann Putnam, Jr. and Mercy Lewis as they exhibit increasingly erratic behavior, their eyes darting about with an otherworldly intensity, as if possessed by unseen forces. The air is heavy with the weight of suspicion and fear, the scent of damp wood and old parchment hanging over the proceedings like a miasma. Amidst the hushed whispers and nervous glances, the notion of spectral evidence gains traction, with the afflicted girl's visions of malevolent spirits becoming the sole basis for accusations and convictions. The atmosphere is charged with an air of hysteria, as if the varied fabric of reality is beginning to unravel, and the boundaries between the natural and supernatural are blurring.
In the brightly lettered, smoke-filled courtroom, 17th century Salem, Massachusetts, a growing list of accused individuals sits in chains, their faces etched with fear and desperation, as the once peaceful town of Salem is gripped by a sense of hysteria and terror. Martha Corey, a respected member of the community, her eyes sunken and her face pale, sits alongside Rebecca Nurse, a frail and elderly woman, her wisps of grey hair framing a face twisted in anguish. Meanwhile, in a nearby cell, a tiny 4-year-old girl, Dorothy Good, her blonde pigtails tied with a faded ribbon, her large brown eyes welling up with tears, as the weight of the accusations threatens to consume her and her family.
The first execution happens on June 10, 1692. Bridget Bishop is hanged on Gallows Hill for being a witch. Mass hysteria peaks, and by summer, 19 people are hanged. One man, Giles Corey, is pressed to death, and over 150 are imprisoned.
Doubt begins to creep in. Prominent citizens, like Increase Mather, denounce spectral evidence. Public opinion begins to shift as respected figures are accused.
The trials end. October 1692. Governor Phipps dissolves the court. Remaining prisoners were released in 1693. The aftermath and regret begins years later. Judges and accusers apologize. In 1706, Ann Putnam, Jr. publicly repents. The colony declares a day of fasting and remembrance. In the heart for Salem, Massachusetts, where the whispers of the past still linger in the crisp autumn air, a somber legacy unfolds like a tapestry of shadows and light. The streets, once witness to the fervent hysteria of 1692, now bear the weight of remembrance and reflection. The infamous witch trials, a dark chapter in American history, have been etched into the city's psyche like a scar, serving as a poignant reminder of the dangers of unchecked fear, the importance of justice, and the devastating consequences of mass hysteria.